Well, I know Jerome Powell is still going, but we got to go too. We got a lot to get to. We have a half hour to get to it, and what a reaction today! What a reaction! Joel Elconin is here as well. Let's start the show. All right, it is time for pre-market prep at the close.
Three consecutive highs, opened, matched yesterday's low, and then once it took out there, that's all the breakout momentum traders needed.
Joel Elconin, Spencer Israel with you for the last half hour of the session. Joel, I admit I'm confused. I'm always confused. What else is new? What a day. Let's bring up your charts here. What the heck is the reaction to? Figure this one out for me, Joel.
Can I get a little love here from the chat? Can I get a little love here?
The
Perma Bear.
The
Perma Bear. Who's the only one that stood up to Gil this morning? Okay?
I don't know.
Who was the only one that did just the bull? And how often am I the bullish contrarian, right?
Never.
I'm always looking for the end of the world. I'm always looking for the crash and burn. But today, I don't know. There's something telling me, man. You know what? It's not pumping Powell, and it's not pessimistic Powell. I have a new name, Peaceful Powell, because he is going to engineer this soft landing that we need, and the bull market is going to continue into the year 2030.
All right.
How's that for?
Well,
I'll be bearish tomorrow if we're down 10 handles. But
I mean,
anyways,
I'd forget. Even if you're wrong, I'd forgive you for thinking that because that's what the market's telling you today.
And what else did I say today? I said, you know what? You look at like yesterday's low, and I know that was 45.96 and a quarter. And I said, if we could just find support here at 4,600, get away from that 4,600, boom. Then you're embarking on something new here. I mean, just based on today's price action, I mean, new all-time closing high. Maybe not today. That was from Friday, 47.0350. But sure, at the rate that we're going up, maybe that will be in the sights tomorrow or maybe on Friday. We only got to 46.02 during the little bit of a worry. That actually matched the morning low. Or did that take the morning low out and really get people in? Morning low, 02 and a quarter. They took it to 02, and then the mood changed on Wall Street. 92.75. Don't have anything there for you, folks. The only thing I have is I'll call it that all-time closing high at 0350. And then you had the intraday high. I believe that was on Monday at 0150. So that's what we're looking at as far as the futures go. In the S&Ps, I know I don't look at the IWM. Crude up 83 cents to 71.56. Big turnaround for the gold market. That's up 6.90 after being down. That's $26 off the low at 17.79.30. Silver back over 22, up 16 cents at 22.09. Bitcoin catches the bid up 14.75 at 49,335. Ethereum, it's going the same way, double on a percentage basis, up 237 at 40,068.
All right. Well, I want to welcome everyone who is just watching the Jerome Powell stream on our channel and is now watching us try to make sense of this. I don't really know what I thought, but heading into this thing, but I definitely did not see this coming. Here's what I'm confused, Joel, is the reason that I thought the market was going down for a couple weeks here was that, okay, Jerome Powell has acknowledged, yes, we are going to pull the punch bowl away. We are going to speed up our taper. And when that's done, we're going to start raising interest rates. He said that already. And then he just reiterated that again today. Nothing changed between 1:59 p.m. today and 2 o'clock p.m. Nothing changed except that they're maybe tapering even faster. Okay, nothing changed. So, and that's why we went down. So now why are we going back up for the same reason?
What about how about, and I don't know if, what y'all were doing when if you weren't listening from 1 to about 1:35, when we had Gene Munster on along with Todd Gordon, and I thought Gene I liked the way he kinda put it, and actually, Gene made a good market call. He said he thought that they were gonna digest this information and the market was end up higher on the day, so I'm gonna have to get good. He always calls me for market calls. I'm gonna have to call him and congratulate him on that call as well. But what he said was, when you have a girlfriend for a long time and you want to break up with her, you kind of want to let her down easy, right? You don't want to just go in there and just boom, see it, you drop a few hints, I can't make it to, and then you just, you let him down easy, and I think that's what he's doing with us. I think that
Oh, so
they're
Jerome Powell just said it's not you, it's me. Is that what you're saying?
just letting us down easy, just like he's just not going to kick us in the face, and he's going to engineer this soft landing that I was hoping for, and let the supply chain stuff work its way through and have a little higher inflation in 2022, and then it comes back down in 23. We're all back to normal. Also, we're dealing with the COVID. They had to do a little extra monetary easing. So I think he's doing a good job so far, and the
Yeah.
market's reacting the
The
same way.
the one thing that I actually like, and I again I've said this previously, but I'm not the best at reading central bank tea leaves, but because the way they speak is so obtuse. But the one thing he did say that I A, understood and B, liked that he said it was it seems like there was definitely like way more attention being paid to inflation as opposed to the other mandate of full employment, right? And that's cool because we are all feeling inflation right now, and that's probably a bigger issue in terms of people's mind share right now. And so it's cool to see the Fed actually like uh trying to combat that, and maybe putting their other mandate off to the side for the moment to try to combat inflation first and foremost. So I dig that. But let's go through the reaction here, Joe, because we looked at the
Okay.
S&Ps and we looked at Bitcoin. Let's just start with like technology. Let's just start whether you want to look at Apple or ARKK or the QQQs or whatever. Technology ripped off this headline. Again, the chat saying, all this was already priced in. I guess so. I mean, this seems to be the case here. But again, we've talked about this on paper. Rising rate environment is less good for growth, and yet growth has been ripping here in the last hour and a half ish. So
Because you're going to get in, expectation is you get inflation under control, and those future earnings don't look as paltry as they did if you had higher inflation. So that's the way I'm looking at it. But we got to have the Spencer Israel call the day here, and that's going
those
to be on lows. I mean, you know, did they really give you that bad news? Actually, not. Never saw the pre-market low, and actually, the buyers stepped right up at the opening bell. The low was right at the low of the session. You opened 49.60. You ticked 49 and a quarter, and now you're green by 522. Not quite a new all-time high, but nice call on that one, Mr. Israel.
Thank you. Appreciate that. Yeah, it didn't seem like the news this morning was on lows was that bad, and they bought that dip pretty quick. So, all right, what else ripped higher here? Bitcoin ripped higher. Technology ripped higher. Actually, basically everything ripped higher. Everything except for the banks, Joel. Let's go to the banks here. The XLF,
Yeah.
the XLF or JP Morgan, whatever you want to use as your indicator, did not rip off of this. I guess this does make sense. Actually, I'm really trying hard to justify the move, which I know is probably foolish of me. But um, if no, this does not make sense. Higher rates is good for banks. This does not make
Yeah, but look at this chart here. I mean, what was the street telling you about J.P. Morgan? Even though you have the rates. I mean, they wanted him. the people that were expecting him to throw out the playbook from what he gave you
Right.
last week.
Well, that didn't happen, which I guess is. I
Exactly.
guess we should be applauding when they stick to the script. Is the bar that low?
But I do see one thing here in J.P. Morgan. We of course we got to look right instead of left, but I see a quad bottom here. So hey, if you want to take a shot here, 57.35, 57.30, 57.28, another low at 57.19. You're a little over a buck away from there, but use it two ways. Use it as like, okay, I'm going to lean on this low. But if it takes it out, I'm going short. I mean, try and look at levels, both ways. Just don't say, oh, I'm going to be long. Oh, I get stopped out. The trade's over. Look at it as, hey, it's support. I'm going to take a stab. If not, I mean, you could always get, there's always the potential for a whipsaw, but that's a good setup there in JP Morgan. I'm glad that you brought that up. And then Bank America, let's see, is that away from the fort? Same thing here. It not quite the quad bottom that you had in J.P. Morgan, but you could see in support. Important couple days coming up, at least for J.P. Morgan, Bank America. I hardly look at the XLF.
Yeah, they're all
Hmm,
they all move the same way.
yeah, matching ranges there. Good support there, as the components indicate. So
Yeah.
holds 38.50. It's at 39. Let's see
I,
what happens.
I love this comment from Thad or Santa. I'm here all month. Maybe that's what's gonna happen. Maybe this is just the early, and I mean like 2 weeks early Santa Claus rally, because historically speaking, the Santa Claus rally is only really reserved for the last week of the year. But hey, screw it. It's 2021. Santa Claus rally today. I don't understand it. I don't need to understand it. Market go higher. That's all that matters. The semis, yes. Healthcare, yes. Everything up. Oil up. Everything up except for the banks is, I guess, the takeaway here. Trying to
What's
find
going on with Pfizer? Holy mackerel.
Pfizer is going to 60 today? Question mark? Question mark? Question mark?
If I have to bet a wooden nickel,
No,
I
it's a
wouldn't
dollar
say
away. It
that.
ain't going to 60.
Man, but no news. Just a breakout here.
No, remember the news was yesterday.
Yeah. Yep. Yep. Okay. Pfizer having a good day. Yeah, no business, looking at yesterday's high, that was the all-time high, 55.95. It actually opened above that level and just ticked a little bit below the high, filled the gap, 58.92, 63, almost 64 million shares in this one. That's the biggest volume day I've had since November 29th of this year, full
Yeah.
disclosure. I'm long. I'm long. I'm long Pfizer and sticking with it. Afrin, do you think the value trade reverses? Well, let's look at Procter. I mean, there's a big thing between reverses and starts to head down, and reverses and has a little bit of a pullback. Do I think it's due, for a reversal and a little bit of a pullback? Yeah, but man, it's going to take a long time to disrupt this trend. Alfred, if you got your cran at home, I haven't drawn trend lines in a while because I'm not very good at it, but this is a steeper here. Can I get it going? Come on, come on, come on, come on. I mean, let's go, let's go. Boom. I mean, if I was, I'd keep an eye on that puppy, man. And then if you want to do that, boy, that was nice. I did so good with that trend line. I'm gonna try one more.
Oh boy.
Oh,
Okay, well, while you do that,
oh, hold on, hold on.
okay,
Oh,
well,
look at that channel. Is that the best looking channel you've ever seen? There you go, Afrin. That's what I'm looking at, just for you. All right, go
all
ahead.
right, all right. For those of us that are highly skeptical of this rally as we just fall for our highs on the move there, Brendo, let's talk about your point here. Brendo's asking, are there any signs that this could be a one-day rebound and we fade the move tomorrow? Joel, let's bring up whatever you want. The S&Ps, I don't care. Let's walk through this scenario here. What would have to happen for you to say, okay, yup, total fake out, sell the news?
We don't take out yesterday's high or today's high, whatever it is, and we don't bust into the
Tomorrow.
40. Yeah,
Tomorrow, you're saying.
tomorrow.
Okay. So
Yep.
if tomorrow, so the high of today is wow, is that 4,700? No, it's close though. It's 4,790 something, 97.
I'll
Uh,
give you a little bit of a range there because
can you pull up the chart?
oh, I'm sorry. I just admiring my channel there. That's
Yeah,
such
well,
a nice channel.
I've moved on.
Okay. Um, okay. So here we are. I mean, let's since I'm doing so great with drawing the lines today, I'll just do this, and I'll go up to here. I'm not going to include Friday's high, and I'm not going to include Friday's high, and I'm not going to include Monday's high at 23 and a quarter. But what I'm going to consider is the intraday high from Monday, 0150. Your close from Friday, 0350. Boom. Your high today, 97.75. So, line in the sand there, 4,700. If somehow we fade today and we don't get back up, there's your battle zone. You just went from 4,600 to 4,700, just like it looked like we were cracking 4,600 and we didn't and reversed. I'll look for a reversal pattern if we can't get
Well,
above here and then come in.
to some extent, and I don't want to be alarmist here, but for the moment we did stop going up. So, like, how far down do we gotta fall, Joel, or how much time has to pass for you to be like, yeah, all right, that was that was a bit of a stupid thing.
4,600. And I don't know what the time is because
Well, all right, but that's the entire length of the move today. So you're
that's it. Well, what has the market shown you? What is there between, okay, 4,600 to 4,700, pretty easy. Then you
yeah.
had a digestion period. Don't we always talk
Okay.
about
Okay.
digestion periods?
All right. Okay. So that's fair because
There's nothing in here.
so
There's nothing in here.
that was also like the low yesterday, right? It was the same thing, 4,600 or thereabouts somewhere. And if you're on the SPY, it's 460 was your low of yesterday, and more or less the same thing today, right? So okay, so 460 on the SPY, 4,600 on the S&P futures. You're saying, Joel, that if we fall below that, you're officially turning bearish. But as long as we hold that, you're good to go.
You know what? I'll even I'll give you my weekly number, even though we've cut through it like chop suey so many times. My weekly number to be bullish or bearish, if you don't want to wait for 4,600, let's just call it 46.47. That's my weekly swing number. I'm trying to be bullish above it and bearish below it. So
Okay.
if you don't want to hang out for the 4,600, but man, a lot of people are going to say, "Oh, we had a dip yesterday. We had that dip again. I missed it." Now, what I'm going to do is going to have the FOMOs are going to be in there sticking bids out tomorrow. So we stabilized above 4,600. Now we got to stabilize above 4,650, and I want a series of sustained closes over 4,700.
Okay.
That's what I'm looking for.
And then whoever made the comment about us being still red for the week, while I appreciate that noted because it's true. If you look at this is the weekly candle on the SPY today. That one right there. On the spectrum of candles and bullish candles or bearish candles, for a red candle, that's about as bullish as it gets for a red candle, right?
Yeah, yeah,
Right. I mean, that's about
yeah.
it's
I know.
almost as bullish as you can get for being down for the week. So, yes, technically speaking, we are down for the week, but we are well off the low. And as long as
Yeah, and also what I'd like, one thing that I probably don't talk about enough on the show is the old Friday, Monday moves. Friday,
what's
you
that?
close on the high or the low for the week, and then you get follow through, and you just keep on going. Well, this week you had the reversal. Yeah, or, on Monday. At least you're right. You had the fluff in the pre-market trading on Monday, and then they flushed it. So, and also, folks, what are y'all forgetting about? What's going to take place on Friday?
I was wondering if that was going to come up today.
Yeah.
We do have an options expiration on Friday. It is the third Friday of the month, so it's almost the earliest it can happen. And so Friday is going to be volatile. So great point, Joel. We do have a volatile event coming up in 2 days. Options expiration. After that, it's kind of home sweet home for the rest of the year. But yes, great point. We could be in for some serious chop for the next 48 hours.
Or yeah, and I mean, I know people, have a penchant for shorting the market and things like this, but the way Friday's shaping up,
Yeah,
it could just be the just rip your face off the Bears, man. Put Dennis and Mitch out of their misery. Are they out of their bear cave yet, or
I don't
do they
know.
have to
They
light
won't,
do they have to light
they're
the
not
lamp to
here.
get out of there?
They're not here to defend themselves. I will with try to
They
hold
probably
back.
won't even come on the show tomorrow.
They
They won't.
they will come
They
on
won't.
tomorrow. They
Where's
will come on.
Mitch? Where's Money Mitch?
I'm probably preparing for our next show.
I
So
got a I got a I got a moneyless Mitch. That's what we're gonna call him.
all
No.
right,
I got
all
lucky.
right.
One good call. I was bullish one day out of the last 100 years. All
I
right,
guess
let's go.
it is true because Joel is always pretty bearish, and so it's funny. It was funny to hear him turn around there. All right, if you have any questions about any ticker at all, uh, drop it in the chat. If there's a chart worth looking at, we will look at it for the next 9 minutes because we have actually now 8 minutes until the end of today's session. So drop those tickers in. We will take a look. Although every chart kind of looks the same
I
on
know.
the intraday, so we'll have to zoom out into the dailies or the weeklies to find more things. Easy Mike, stop telling me to buy ARG. I already own ARKW. I've already got one. I don't need two. I already got
This
the
Martin Contreras, I think he's been asking about DraftKings since it's
yeah
been like
every day.
45.
Yeah,
And
every day.
I sure hope you're buying it and then you're cutting your loss and then you're buying it and then you're cutting your loss and then you're buying it and you're cutting your loss. You do have and this is what Gil talked about. You undercut the low, right? 27.68, and you came above that. So, Martin, if you want to take another stab again, then you get long here at 28.71. But I don't want to hear anything from you for a week if it takes out 26.67. If it keeps going higher, I will give you some levels on the upside. But that's not a recommendation. We don't make recommendations on the show. This is a trading setup for Martin, so he stops asking me about DraftKings.
Okay. We got the tickers flying now. Let's roll. Okay, here's one. Let's start with this guy. Let's look at the chart, see if it's cool. A bit of a high flyer, low volume one, but maybe Joel has a level for you. AEHR, Joel. AEHR.
Ah,
Yeah, that's the one.
okay. AE, I've got okay. Now, what's the volume in it today? Ooh.
It's light, very light, very low
What do
volume.
they test? What kind of systems do they test?
Oh, let's find out. AEHR going to the handy dandy Benzinga Pro, and it's a semi play. They test memory cards and circuits. And
I
that
need
sort
a new memory card for my laptop. You think Aaron could do that? The guy that built your computer?
I can ask him, Joel. How about that?
Okay. Yeah, because it's not acting well. Let me look at this. I don't think I'm going to glean a lot from the pre-market action.
No, you won't.
I would say this thing has a fighting chance. I mean, it's up today. It's had some good news. Not really much of a 2-day move. I don't know if this is probably the best semi to own if, in this semi market that we've been. It looks like this got reddited last month. There's some kind of news that went to 25. So you are dealing with some overhead supply. I will say important. I'd like to see it 1646, your exact high right now. I'd like to see you take that out, right? Because that's a matching high. And then next target, I'll give you a 1763. If this was really like the pullback to buy, and I don't know the reason why I got up so high, and you're comfortable, and this is for you, Afrin. Maybe we put in a major bottom here. Yeah, maybe we'll work our way up over $20, take back half of this move, but it's just not going to be. It had a long consolidation here between 20 and 22, so it's going to
Joel,
grind. But I like 14. What's
Joel,
up?
did you see just Roblox and where it stopped going down today? I swear sometimes it really is amazing how gaps can hold, right? It really is, and how
I know.
gaps get filled, and then they can also hold. And it stopped going down, literally, not exactly, but
Pretty close.
pretty damn close to where that gap was from a month ago.
Right. And the lowest it's been was 93.03. And then people, they just weren't waiting for the fill. They stepped up at 93.52.
Uh huh.
So, so you get to those, but I'll tell you, a lot of people, the way it was coming down, they're like, okay, baby, this thing's going under 93
Yeah.
and I'm not going to cover until 80. And I think I even said that. I said, well, if it doesn't hold 93.03, you might fill the gap. But what's going to be important for roadblocks here over the couple days is to get away from here, right? Like if it starts going up here and it only makes a high at 101 and then comes down again and then goes up and makes a high at 99 and then comes back down again. So you wanted to get out of here if you got a short-term target on this thing. Uh, Gap fill at 105.35. Spoos, right now, we're going to make a new high in about 8 seconds. 7,
Yes.
6. There we go. Look at
Yes.
that.
There it is.
Am I a
There
market
it is.
timer or am I a
Uh,
market timer?
oh
Oh,
man, yeah. I said I didn't want to be alarmist because we stopped going down. That we stopped going down. Now we stopped going up, and then we stopped going down. Whatever. Hey, what about Fortnite here for art styles?
Art Styles. Wasn't he the coach of the Raiders for a while? There was
No,
a oh no,
no,
that was Art
no,
Shell.
that was
That
art.
was Art Shell. That was Art Shell. Um, Fortnite. So it was getting added to the Nasdaq, right?
Yep.
And they
Yes.
flushed people on it. Uh, Good day today. I'd really like to see it clear Monday's fluffy high, 39.48, and then work your way. I don't think 340 to 350 is going to be as easy as this 320 to 330 today. And I just kind of, just because of this was a pretty quick fall. So let's get up over this. Let's use this. It's the high for the week. It's where things started out. 339.38. Give it up to 340. You get up there, a couple sustained closes, then maybe make it, take a poke. I don't know how this thing's going to react being added to the index. That's going to be added to the Nasdaq 100 on Friday.
All right. Bob K. How is Lulu doing? Apparently, they make very good pants for men as well. I did not know this. I learned it today.
I told you I bought my second pair over the
Oh,
weekend.
that's right. You know what? Yeah, yeah.
It was for me.
You did mention that. You're right.
And if you guys need some good socks, man, I tell you, I know I paid out the wazoo for them, but um, it's do you want to call this a major bottom here under 390? Maybe. I wouldn't, just today's price action, another undercut and rally. It's okay. I'd rather be long it than short it just because there's just a lot of room to go. This lost a lot of momentum, but retail got beat up a little bit. Maybe time to park a little money in Lululemon. There is 470250.
All right.
470250.
Jack Douglas remembered when I said that I would buy Palantir at the low end of the range. Well, that's still like a buck or so away, or a little more than that. So, Jack, just give me a little bit more breathing room here. Just give me a little bit, give me a little bit more downside. Then we'll be at the bottom of the range, and then I'll buy it, and I'll stop myself out at like 16.50 or something like that, $16. But just give me a little bit more time. But yeah,
Yeah,
Jack, I see I see where you're going with this. I mean, we're getting there to the bottom of the range. I see you.
a lot better stocks out there, Jack. I mean, unless you're good at trading ranges, 18, buyers stepping up at 18 now. So if you're sticking your head out at 1885, you know your risk is down to under 18. And then you reload at 1705. Have they got any $50 million contract lately?
I don't know.
Probably
What
not.
I do know is there's our bell.
Oh, wait,
There's
oh, you got to be kidding me. Look at
no.
that. Look at the high of the day, 4703.50. That matches your all-time closing high, folks. There's your number for tomorrow. Wow, time flies. I hope I didn't have any orders out there on the
I
close.
hope you didn't too.
Spencer, you're supposed to tell me. Let's
I
see.
tried.
No,
I
okay,
tried.
I'm
Anyway.
okay. I'm okay.
All right, we're okay. Joel, we'll see you tomorrow. All right.
Okay,
All
everyone
right.
have a great day. Thanks a lot.
All right, and if you're wondering what crypto is doing, bada bing, bada boom, look at the heat map. Hey, except for Dogecoin, we're in the green. That's right. Jerome Powell loves crypto now. I don't know. He didn't say that, but that's the interpretation here. Risk on asset, everything goes up, apparently. As a reminder, if you want some free Bitcoin, yes, I said free Bitcoin, all you have to do is download the Voyager app, enter the code ZING, Z-I-N-G, fund your account with $100 and make your first trade, and they'll give you $50 in Bitcoin for free. All right, that's a wrap, everyone. Please remember, all the information from our show is meant to be used as informational purposes and not for investing or trading advice. Back testing with Christopher Yule going live right now. This video will end and redirect you to that stream. I appreciate all of you. If you could be so kind and hit that like button, I'd appreciate you very much. If I don't see you, I'll catch you guys tomorrow morning at 8 a.m. for pre-market prep. Everyone have a great rest of your day, and stay green, stay filled if you're still trading.